Welcome, folks. We give a shout out to Maelstrom and Brandon, CJ, Matt Downer, Mr. Hemi, Maelstrom from Australia, an Aussie, David Castro's back, D-Man Fitty, my wrench. Who else has got wrenching in here? BJ Fornash, CJ Wilkins. I am a simple man. I see a live stream from Rad. I tune in. Tuning in for 300 Trebek. Silver Bullet in the house. Good to see everybody. Timmy Kramer playing on the golf course. Enjoying their freedom. MZ is in the house. What up? I thought about doing this because the house is everything that you think you're winning at. That could be government, economic. It could be obviously relationship. And the whole idea is that they let you feel like you're winning, right? If you get a couple wins, you're going to feel positive about it and you're going to keep playing it. In the back, they know they got you because the odds are you'll never come out ahead. That's why casinos are business. Well, shout out to Angler. Good to see you again, brother. Mile High Ronin. Bada Bing back. Good to see that. So if you think about it, let's take working. Let's take an economic idea. You're working hard, 60 hours a week. They give you a raise. Now let's say they give you $10 an hour raise, or maybe 10 grand a year in a raise, right? Another $800,000 a month, but you're working harder and harder. They give you a little, but in the end, all of that production, all of that contribution that you give to the company goes to the enrichment of the owners of that company. So the house wins in that regards. The more you work, they give you a little more, little teaser, but in the end they win. They get more out of you. Potentially you're going to work a hell of a lot longer hours. Your body's going to take a toll. Your mind's going to take a toll. And in the end they win. That's an example of a casino in an economic world that we all participate in. Right? Sifu's back. Good to see Sifu. The house always wins is the key. Now let's take the government. The more money you make, more taxes you pay. The harder you work. So how do people get ahead? The tax bracket is what? 12, 15% for the lower, and then the highest is 36%. So the more you earn, the more you make, the more they take. Versus the people that don't make a lot, the less they take. That's a whole different story, but I'm trying to paint the picture of what the house is. Let's take another idea. The house in relationships. The more a man gives, typically in a relationship with 98% of the women, she's going to give him maybe some intimacy to show him that she's invested. We don't, and the 98% are not invested, as we've talked about. They're in it for attention, validation, provisions, and status. She gives you a little of this. She might send you some emoji. She might, in the beginning, send you lots of little texts, and then that pulls off. It fades away. But what I'm saying is, the more she gives to you, the more you think that you're winning. But in the end, the house wins. The house being the relationship, or her, because she can walk away at any time, right? It's the little things. Matt Downer, even in craps, the house wins. They take and take. Exactly. Maelstrom says, my ex wanted to win. Facts were unimportant. See, the more that guys give into the 98 percenters or the relationships, the more they take. In the end, the house wins. And that is great that you say, Bada Bing, that was my next bullet, which was the family court. That is the ultimate house winning machine there. The more you make, the more she takes away from you in family court. But it all comes down to this. Most of these houses, which could be government, relationship, economic, employment, give you enough to think that you're winning. Only in the end to win 100% of the time. It's as simple as that. The family court is set up for men typically to lose. To lose, right? Silver bullet, taxes are robbery, cash in hand. I'm okay with it. And we'll get to a point what I'm bringing out about all this. Did you know Japanese women perpetuate that mindless hedonism by refusing to marry tradesmen? Interesting. Did not know that. Very well, Sifu. Amber Heard, Mr. Hemi, $14 million for 15 months of marriage. Well, let's take a look at that. The house won from the media perception of Johnny Depp. Now, whatever you think, I believe that we're dealing with a woman that is massively the 98%. I think that she is damaged beyond belief. I think she's got all the things. Now, is Johnny Depp innocent? Nah, he's different. He's wacky, but I don't think he did the things that she said he did, or at least a majority. FJT back, our house Giga Chad. Good to see you, brother. The peace sleeve would be a tax angler. Well, I would agree with that. Right? If they give you a little, you think you're winning, only for them to remove that eventually. Intimacy in a relationship is like the first drink at the casino. Just gets you in a losing mood. As long as they can just get you with something, they can make it happen. How about the democracy we live in? Free Obama phones so that you vote for him. You're going to give me something, I'm going to vote for my wife's, or my life's going to be taken care of by Obama. Well, what happened? What happened? Okay, Mile High says the house will comp you, hoping you will double down to lose. It's all designed for you not to win. The odds are against you. When you think you're winning, you're not. Hemi says, I'm pretty sure she's a 98%er. I would say that the majority of the gals out there are 98%. I had a friend who was in the Marines. With every promotion, his ex-wife went to court to extract more money. The more he thought he was winning, in the end, he was losing based on that old mentality, not red pill thinking. Well said, Sifu. You only win when the divorce is settled. I think if you can change your mindset to the fact that you now have potentially peace, quiet, and freedom. Now that financial situations might not be a total win at first, but you can build back. Men don't need a lot. So here's the deal. If you know the house wins, the only way for the house not to win is if you don't play the game. That's it. MZ, to be yourself is all that you can do. Be yourself is all that you can do, Audio Slave. Well said. I'm starving the beast by being a minimalist. I have the library and will be planting the garden soon. Minimalism is key to not playing and not having the house win. Well said, Sifu. Modern females, man is what's up. Men create. Matthias from Germany. Amber Heard pooped on his bed for 300 Trebek. Oh, disgusting. CJ Wilkins. The blank is the cheese used in the mousetrap to destroy a man. And because of indoctrination from the time we were able to talk, we fall for it 90% of the time. Men want to believe in a potential relationship, that it's intimate, but she gives you little hooks. These 98%ers make you think that you're winning. Remember, they're very smart. North-South is back. Good to see North-South. Good to have you. Now she's full of shite. Most of her accusations, just like woman Amber Heard. We're seeing it, guys, play out. Gone girl right there. My doctor brother just told me he's getting married in Sicily, the third one. Can we say marriage, fantasy of the marriage for 300 Trebek? You also simp by flirting with Lady Luck. Well said, Matt. Ooh, I like that. You simp flirting with Lady Luck. Johnny may be into that. Who knows? He's a little odd. No safety in women. Teach your sons well. Mr. Hemi, the only thing she takes you cannot get back is time, fellas. Absolutely. Time and experience and minimalism. Rad, damn good to see you. Father Saunders is back. Father isn't waffling tonight. Good to see you, brother. Check out Father's streams. They're great streams. This is an incredible topic, Rad. Western civilization is a unique thing. It was built off the back of men. Also use those very men as sacrificial lambs to increase the welfare and advancement of people. You're absolutely right. I mean, look, the only way to play the game, and I'm not advocating, look, I'm anti, I wish I was not, I don't believe in marriage cohabitation for kids in today's age, unfortunately, but I'm not anti-marriage. It just is not recommended because the house wins. Oh, that's right, Mysterio. I think I responded to you, brother. Good to see Mysterio from Winnipeg. The house wins. It's as simple as that. If you don't believe me, try it. Jerome Markel's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Not much. We're just talking about the house winning, meaning relationships. If they give you little free drinks or emojis or what have you, and give you the little they give, the more that you think you're winning, but in the end, the house wins all the time. The odds are against men in today's world. If she got a smartphone, don't date, marry, have sex, or have kids with her. She belongs to the streets. I agree with that. Thanks for being here, Jerome. Dak's back and then in the house. Good to see you, Dak. Everybody out. MGTOW Outlaw's back. See MGTOW Outlaw. Check out his channel. Check out Dak's channel, CJ's channel. Any man who remarries more than once deserves everything that comes to him when he's sodomized with a family court. No lube needed. Damn well said. Johnny Depp is a sucker, and Amber Heard is what she is, a product of feminism. He knew what he was getting. He should have looked at her baggage. FJT, I tell people I'm never getting married. They say never. You'll change your mind. I say never. My decision is set in stone. That is a man going his own way that understands that the house wins. I think Amber did all the sucking. Maelstrom. Who was bigger when you were growing up in your town? Van Halen, Motley Crue, or GNR? Ooh. Van Halen and then probably GNR. Check out, Father Saunders' channel. I made the ultimate withdrawal from estrogen-fueled emotional extortion. Did I say that fast? I made the ultimate withdrawal from estrogen-fueled emotional extortion by embracing being with my waifu. You're not playing the game, Sifu. That's peace, quiet, and freedom. Hey, it's a fantasy marriage with unicorns and all the fairy tale crap. Once bitten, twice shy. But you know what? Men still believe in the fantasy. It's the men that see the reality are the ones that are going to beat the house. And that's by not playing. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Good to see you, brother. Pleasure to have you in town. Angler MGTOW likes Dave Mustaine's Megadeth. Well said. Johnny Depp, F him. He's a raging leftist. He's also not too long ago suggested planking the... Yes,
He is whacked out. Maybe too many Jack Sparrows. I liked him back in the day, but he's gotten too eccentric. But I believe that she is pulling a fast one on him, and we'll have to see what happens in the media. But he's already branded as a wacko, so his career is pretty much dead. As far as I'm concerned, leftist retards that got into some shite, and one of the leftists was a victim of leftist policy. Well, isn't it interesting that these guys that defend liberalism are getting swatted by well said, Jerome, by liberalism. They're protecting with their sword, but they're dying by their own sword. AZ's back. Good to see you. Hope you're chasing excellence, my brother. In our community, we speak a lot about the negative effects of modern marriage. But from your perspective, what are 3 reasons a modern man should get married in today's time, Brad? Oh, man. Let's just say you don't make any money and she's the heir to the Walton money. Go get married. Other than that, I wouldn't have kids. Unless you get married and or have kids overseas and keep them there. But, even that's going to be difficult. I don't have 3 reasons, CJ. I'll have to think about it. Silver bullet. Tack Brothers Slant, good health. There you go. When you say the house wins, you mean hypergamy. So if you marry, she wins. If you don't marry her, you win. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. The house wins. The family court wins. The government wins because the government thinks you're winning until they pull the fast one with the lady that takes you to the family casino. Matthias, I did. Mexico is wonderful. Mexico and tacos. Can't beat it. Brad, thank you for what you do. I'm 33 and it helped me a lot to stay single, child-free man. Good for you, Jedi Dark Force. Good to have you. Glad things could help you. This is why these chats are designed to help everyone. Everyone in this chat helps each other. Finally finished jury duty. It was very interesting. Hey, you know what? Do your civic duty. Well, I want to hear about that case. Johnny being RP'd in front of the world. Well, I think this gives men, if men are watching, they're watching the reality of what 98% of women are putting men through. Johnny Depp could pick any woman on planet he wants, and he chooses to commit to a raging narcissist witch. And that, my friend, is what we're seeing. Now, will men wake up? There's guys sitting on the sidelines waiting for Amber Heard. Angler MGTOW, great stream and great people involved. Thanks for being here, brother. I would agree. She was pretty hot once. I don't find her hot at all. And she's got this like little 50s good girl look going on in the courtroom. But there's guys that are lined up, Maelstrom. There's guys lined up that want to date her. Guarantee it. They're the one that can fix her. They're the one that's they're not going to be the Johnny Depp. Well, guess what? He can't fix her. You can't fix stupid. She straight nuked that man's bed like a gorilla. MGTOW, how? I think she did that. That must have been some serious cleaning. I am learning never to play against the house by seeking and living for peace, quiet, and freedom. Never invest in dreams when we have only one life. Danzig and Glenn, era misfits. Love me some Glenn Danzig. Cabo looked awesome. Thanks for sharing. Oh, it was great. You just hang out on the beach, guys. You can do it. I'm going to do a channel, I think, on traveling on the cheap. Where to stay, how to do it. You just can't be an American going into a country. You got to become like them if you want a great experience. They're going to freaking... There's another reason. Traveling, tourism, the house wins. This whole Depp thing should serve an example to all the males out there of what not to do. Agree. Sigma's in the house. We got JR in the house. Indy MGTOW's back. Check out their channels. And I'll keep now reaching out for channels when you guys pop up. I've been out taking footage on the ocean and my mountain bike for my new channel. Good for you, brother. Good for you. There's going to be a lot of leftist victims before it's corrected. Well said. Polska's back in the house. Good to see Polska. Quit waffling. I defend only survivalism in my personal way to starve the system. Anti-natalism. Just don't even play the game. The game that should be played is your internal game, your head game, your I am going to seek peace, quiet, and freedom. I know what's under the covers. I know what's behind the walls. This is why these channels exist. This is why guys take the pill. They want to continue to embrace the knowledge they now have discovered. Think about this, fellas. These females chose to be foolish with their own sexuality. They chose to make their body part secondhand community property. They also chose to be single mothers. Correct. They are the ones that open their legs, and now for bad boys, and now they have to deal with kids. It's not their fault. Excuse me, it is their fault. Sleepy Joe asking Congress for another $40 billion while middle America makes life decisions between groceries, mortgage, and gas. I propose all Democrat voters pay a stupid tax next January. Well said, brother. Fabian's back. Hola, ¿cómo estamos? Too many to keep up will group us all here. There you go. AZ says I'm 51 and happy as Fook, F-U-C-K. I'm not Johnny Depp and all these HVMs getting reamed by society. Look at all the power, prestige, and money that Depp had. Brad Pitt, Will Smith. Look at. Do you really think that all of that money, which would, on one hand would be great to have, you could do whatever you want, but look what they're going through. Destroyed by ladies, by the 98 percenters. Destroyed in the media. Just their careers are over. For what? They thought they would beat the House. They didn't. Ember looks like a young Hillary Clinton. I don't find her very attractive. There's a couple movies that she was okay in, but I was never into her. I was into the Scarlett Johansson type. You're absolutely right. One dangerous person she is. Years ago, I told my stepbrother I'm never getting married. He looked at me like I was crazy. Now I'm 22. He's separated on child support, living with his mom because he can't afford to live. You called that, FJT. You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Brandon Truba busting out some Kenny. Oh, God, I saw this kid. God, I just... No, what the hell is his name? Damn it. Pot smoker. Great people here. No, was that Kenny Rogers? Yeah, it was Kenny Rogers. Great people here. Good to see everybody. I would agree with that. She'll throw feces at the next. Oh, she'll go crazy next if she comes out of it ahead. Big tile. Europe, hey, Rad, how is Mexico, brother? Mexico is great. Loved it. You guys all got to go. Don't live with a female. Comfortability breeds contempt. I would agree with that. Would agree with that, Jerron. Yesterday, my ex texted me out of nothing after a year because she is lonely, needs help with something. I said I couldn't help. You know what? Even better? Just ignored it. But you took the high road. She's looking for a way. Andre, greetings from Brazil, by the way. Well, obrigado. We're going to do a live stream, me and Macho Toxico, probably in the next week or two. Obrigado for being here. Lisa Smith is in the house from Kansas City. Apparently has the best barbecue. Dak, everybody check out Angler MGTOW's channel. FJT's got a channel. We've got CJ's got a channel, Budget Meals by Rad, a YouTube travel, Budget Miles. There you go. I'm telling you, you can do it real easy. Paraguay here, Andre. There you go. Paraguayo. Cuidado con lo Paraguayo. You're hoping to drive by my ex with car problems. She got a boot on the wheel. She got a check engine light on. Her tires are bald. Brandon Truebloods, check out his channel. Got good stuff. She single-handedly ruined his career by writing an article, Be Free Asia. Oh, it happens all the time, guys. There's stories of just the accusation that's false that destroys people's careers. All women want a high-value male so they can get all of his money. Says Europe is in the house. Sub to Sifu's channel as well. Sifu's got some great stuff as well. Utopia is the blue pill word. Go for sovereignty. Wow, well said, Matt. Well said. So true, Rat. Sorting out your own noggin is a challenge for a lifetime as it is, let alone trying to sort out an emotionally based female. You can't do both. You can't serve two masters. You can only serve one, and I would choose yourself. An awake man knows his own innate value, not one imposed by a sick society. Well said, Sifu. Never gamble because the house always wins. Always. Remember that word. Always. All women live on easy mode and 95% of men live on hard mode. So if we know all of this, we know the house wins. What are we going to do different? What are we going to do different? We're going to keep believing in the fantasy that we're going to beat the house? Or we're going to believe in the reality that we're a captain of our own plane? Brad, what do you think of Kim Kardashian's son fighting? I think it's hilarious, and I think those kids are damaged, unfortunately. What would you do if you found your mom at her tape online, or your buddy said, "Hey, I saw your mom. She was naked." And you're going to hear it all because all these OnlyFans and these TikToks. I mean, it's out of control now. They're all going to have past and baggage. Guys, walk away. 98% are not recommended. My female associates refer to me as misogynistic, but it's a term of endearment. It means they know that I will hold them accountable. You don't tolerate their bad behavior. There's a lot of badly made women. You should have seen them in Mexico. A lot of BMWs with fake everything. Their faces don't move. Jim Crow, Joe is getting desperate. Now they are thinking of bribing the young voters with money. Oh, and paying off their student loans. Yeah. Kenny Rogers. Yep, I knew it was Kenny Rogers. Who do I think? Who's the pot smoker with long hair? I saw his kid play too. For some reason, it's escaping me. Marshall AL in the house. Good to see you. Let's see. You need to court your money when you're sitting at the table. You need to count your money. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. There you go. Good lyrics. JT. We'd be running our own way. We run away from the house. Well, actually, we don't even run from the house. We just walk past it. We know what's in the house. Using virtual tokens to buy a plow only to discover your mom getting plowed by a great value version of Usher. Great value from Walmart. It's a very bad decision. Look, come on, man. What's going to happen in 5 years when the wall hits her even harder? She did get mad and put on the guilt. You're absolutely right, Angler. It's a female. If it's a female, they are believed. Liars never properly right. It's meant to work that way. Well, 98%, I would agree. My era ladies were Linda Carter, Jane Seymour, and Liv Lindeland Norwegian. Oh, I remember Liv. Month of January. No way ladies today can compare those. And Linda Carter still looks good. Ooh, I definitely had a crush on Linda Carter. The Depp trial shows the perfect modern women for all to see. And that's what it's on display. But it's also showing a beta male simp. However, it's interesting to see they're in this dynamic. My era women were already getting ruined. Jennifer Aniston, Brooke Shields. Ooh. Two attractive women right there. Mr. Henry says alimony is theft. I couldn't agree more. That's a great point. We got to look out for ourselves. Yes, we do. You can only serve yourself. You can't serve two masters. That's why relationships are so difficult. You can't serve her and yourself at the same time, unless you've taken the red pill. We're going to make YouTube channels and keep our money. Serve yourself. I can't look forward just back at better times and unlearn the first 30 years of chasing tail. Next 20 years are for me, dump these dumpsters. Put yourself first. That's the key. You already tried for 30 years. You tried relationships. It didn't work out. In the end, you lost. Well, in the end, you win if you really jump over those mental gymnastics where you understand that, hey, it was just her. It's not me. It's just that's how female nature is today. Now that you know, we pull the covers back, we put on a new blanket, and we go from there. Don't play a rigged game is what I don't do. Silver bullet. It is rigged. I didn't resent paying it as my ex-wife did look after my kids. Now, in certain cases, there's nothing 100% except death and taxes. In certain cases, it's all right. If the house always wins and you don't know that, don't play. I think that's what we're talking about, right? We win when we don't play. If we play, we lose. When a man meets a woman, he looks for her character, but a woman meets a man, she looks for his height and tax bracket. Men were never supposed to win. We should consider ourselves lucky knowing what we know today, or privileged, or grateful. Americus is back. Good to see you, brother. Alimony means all the money. Ain't that the truth, brother? Good to have you again. So about to ghost MGTOW. Way cheaper in Oz, actually remaining married, and how much that costs per week. Ugh, couldn't imagine. BMW's badly made women. Never bathe in dirty water is what we like to say here on Rad's channel. Willie Nelson, that's who I'm thinking about. Willie Nelson. I saw his son play. He was great. His birthday's tomorrow. Interesting. You guys are way ahead of me. They won't cancel the loans. The system runs on usury. There you go. The system runs on little nuggets just to get you just a little to think their way. Bunch of lies. It's like saying, never believe what they say, only what they do. Court of public opinion is now the rule of law. Well said, Jerome. Men need three things in life: sex, sandwiches, and silence. Ooh, I would agree with that statement. We just have maintenance, so child support. Well, they call it different things: maintenance, spousal support. I think they want to take away, the stigma of it. Those kids would have been better off with Kanye. I would agree, but he's still, he's challenging with certain areas of his life. Rad, I want to ask you: do you think Mexico is? Yes, I think it's a wonderful place. Good people, great food. Depends on the area though. Linda Carter is the only Wonder Woman. I bet the next Wonder Woman will be a man that turns into a woman. Alimony is maintenance to an able-bodied adult. Women can work today. Women can work. It is indeed robbery, Maelstrom. Rad, how dare you talk about the overseas Nawalts? Who hurt you? Let me get. Rad is coping for 500 Trebek. Coping for 500 Trebek. A woman gains 22 new positives when she says, I do to a man. A man gains absolutely nothing that he didn't receive the day before. Nobody benefits. Ghost MGTOW's back. The symbol of the current dating market is Amber Heard's turd. Man, poop is on display. Hey, Rad, what do you say about those false blank accusations in Mexico? In my opinion, worldwide, it's dangerous. I would agree. I don't advocate going to some area and not knowing the culture. And these women they're playing all guys, Alimony's so corrupt, they've even got Halle Berry paying her ex-husband $8,000 a month. Matthew in the house. Yeah, it's a shit show. Catherine Bach. Ooh, MGTOW outlaw. One of the greatest RP lessons from The Lion King. People don't want you around or want to hurt you. Go and live your own life. Only come back when they come and find you to be their king and want to submit. William Kimball. Good to have you, brother. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Don't play the game. Don't play the game. Farrah Fawcett. I like Farrah Fawcett and Leah Thompson. Okay, what do we got here? Willie Nelson outsmoked Snoop Dogg. Lisa Smith going to be 21 tomorrow. Happy birthday to Lisa Smith. Tomorrow. Have some good barbecue. Rad, the darkest pill, the house only wins. If we don't know the real enemy within, leading with our thirst. Yes. We got to understand that. That's why these channels exist. I would agree with MGTOW outlaw. She looked great. I think a big problem is that a lot of men are simps and pedestalize women. If all men would wake up and hold the line, it might be different. Sure. Sure things. You're up. Sex, sandwiches, and silent made famous by Darius M. You're right. We don't need a lot, guys. Do you guys think there'll ever be a pushback from a woman seeing it all going wrong, especially the younger ones today? They're entitled. The programming's too deep, Maelstrom. Too deep. To all in the chat, if the woman is disrespecting you, replace her. Now, I've always said 98% of women are not recommended. There's a 2% that are decent. Okay? 1 to 2%. Maelstrom did. He was the first one in the chat. I'm going to congratulate that. To win life with women, no quick marriage, kids or cohab, vetting to baselines, and that will be at least 3 years before anything major happens, Mysterio. Vetting is key, and follow those 3 rules. No marriage, no cohab, no cohabit. Just like Jonathan Noble Esquire does. He does not cohab. He's not married. He does not have kids with her. When they come together, and she doesn't need him, he doesn't need her. Seems to work for them. In all seriousness, Willie was a great songwriter. His kid is too. What the hell is this kid's name? Lucas Nelson. Yeah, I saw him in Jazz Fest with Sturgill Simpson, Jack Johnson. El Padrino's back. Good to see you. I have a few minutes to catch on before I go back to work. We're doing good. Even better now that you are here. Good to see you. I'm wearing the Wranglers, but I might slip them off. Polska Bob. Polska's probably walking. He's out on a smoke break right now. But that's the key, guys. Knowing the house, knowing that the odds of you being successful are slim to none, and Slim just died, as Coach Craig Adams says, the best way to play is play your game, which is internal. And then the internal games gets powerful enough when you don't need any attention from anyone. All you need is yourself. Then your external game becomes that much sweeter. Now, are you going to have ups and downs? Sure. But remember, when you're lonely, the internal game is being played on the external. That's the difference. Loneliness is someone trying to play the external game to make them internally happy, and that will never work. Let's go, Brandon, back, evening round. Why, when you're dating a single mom, does she expect you to pay for every time you go out for the day or when you go out for dinner with her? Well, that's what they expect. She's entitled to your money. Entitlement for 300 Trebek. Mysterio says, did I see any bands? I saw some cover bands that were pretty dang good. And they played one of my favorite songs by Soda Stereo, En la Ciudad de la Furia. Both of them. They were really good. I was blown away. Played a lot of like 80s stuff, Cheap Trick, Midnight Oil, good stuff. I went to Mexico, my man. Baja. Angler likes Sturgill. Good for you. That's great. I like Sturgill. Said these good stuff. Polska's testing his laptop. Maelstrom says, because ladies only want the upsides of equality. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rads with Sammy Place still there? Yes. Cabo Wabo is still there. Cabo Wabo Cantina. I don't go there anymore because Sammy doesn't own it anymore, and it was sold to an investment group. He also sold his Cabo Wabo tequila as well. It's overpriced. It's like going to the Hard Rock Cafe in Vegas. It's just overpriced. I went before he sold it. I mean, it's cool to see because a lot of great bands have played there. It's cool to walk in and check it out. But other than that, it doesn't have the same vibe because Sammy's not the owner. I think you need to go, MGTOW Outlaw, go check it out, get your passport. Decent food. I don't think it's as good as the other food. Like I love street vendors and I love like off the beaten path places where typical the locals eat. Mysterio says it's hard to purge the physical desire. Well, with more men with testosterone, yeah, absolutely, it's tough. But if we understand post-nut clarity and the reality of everything, we can still navigate life. I've never said don't be with women or not to. I've never said don't steer clear of women just because you took a red pill. You decide how you fly your plane. I say 98% of women are not recommended. I do not advocate marriage, cohabitation, or kids in today's world. It's just too risky for men and it's not recommended. But I'm not anti. Two pillars of socialism: entitlements and redistribution of wealth. Sure is, says Maelstrom. Haven't had a CPU in like 10 years, still feels like typing on a keyboard. Polska. No waffling. Oh, steak burrito. I had so much tacos and chips and salt and now I'm fasting. I fasted yesterday for 18 hours. Now I'm going to 24 back to back. When I went down there, I ended up staying for a weekend and checked it out back in 09. I had a great time. Oh, it's perfect. Yep. Good for you, El Padrino. Post-nut clarity is where we're at, guys. Post-nut clarity for 300. If the house didn't make money, there'd be no casino. Brandon Trueblood. Words of wisdom to live by. The house wins. Okay, the odds of you beating the casino do not exist. They will always win in the end. And they get people to believe that by giving you free drinks and giving you a little tickle every time you might win a slot. You know, and when you hit that 100, whatever, when you hit 100 coins on the slot after you've played 300 coins, you think you're winning, but you're not. It's all psychology. Ever been to Oaxaca? I haven't. I heard it's nice. I'd like to visit Guadalajara, and I heard more about Mazatlan too. And I'm 2 times divorced. I married 2 Arabic women that when they came to Europe, they changed in months and monkey branched to other men. They love credit, even Arab women, which I think are raised culturally different. Interesting. Well, now you know Europe. Brad, you have to drink green tea daily. You will get a lot of health benefits. I do. Matcha tea as well. Yeah, green tea with ginger. To the females in here, what benefits do I, as a guy, get from having a female in my life? She's a 1% to 2%. You get quite a bit. She'd scratch your back. She'd make you food. She'd come over when you're sick. She'd be interested in you. She'd be your co-pilot. And she would love to be your co-pilot. Polska doesn't like Polish food? What? Green tea is good stuff. Marcella, back. Good to see you. Back south of Rad. Good to have Marcella in the chat. She's also of Mexican heritage. Good to see you. Unless it's a Maxwell Street Polish. I'm a big fan of the Polish dogs. Be Free Asia. Red pill is the freedom pill. Peace, quiet, and freedom. But you got to take them every day. As long as you have a cherry smile and trying to do better no matter what age, many blessings to you. Rebel against defeat. Every day can be a great day. It's a choice. Well, got to go. I'm now working. Good to see you, brother. You will retire. Believe in it. You got everything going on. You got a good group of folks behind you. David Smith, good to see you. You got unsubbed by me. Wow. I've been unsubbed by Dak on Fast Dak's channel like 4 times. They do not like the truth. It's like someone that, it's just ridiculous. Europe says the main problem in female psychology is women always compare themselves to other women on Instagram or in real life. Well, I think we see that the unhappiness comes from a lot of women that are competing with other women in today's world. The 98% are constantly in the hive, constantly trying to empower themselves and to receive the validation and attention. And back when my grandmother and my mother, those were the last generations outside of the 1% to 2% I talk about that actually didn't care about attention or validation. You know, the attention my mother liked was when my dad would give her a kiss on the cheek and say she made a great dinner. She didn't need the attention from her friends. Marcella recently went to Orange County to see Maná in concert. Ooh, how was Maná? What did Café Tacuba open up? In fact, they were playing Maná in a couple areas I was in Cabo. It was great. I like a few songs. Not as big as fan as of Maná than I am with Café Tacuba or Los Caifanes. Maxwell Street Polish is kielbasa with mustard. Ooh, sounds delicious. A lot of notification hit misses that I get for me as well. George is back. Good to see you, George, in England. Hope all is well out there. Vacation was great. Vacation was great, George. Must be a leg day. Today I did some shoulders and some biceps, but mainly getting out all of this food. Okay, where do we go here? So that's the deal. You know, when people understand that the house wins, that the odds are against you, you decide logically not to play it. If you're going to play it emotionally, you're going to lose. That's the thing. They love the dopamine when you get that hit. When you win 2 hands in a row at blackjack, but lose the next 6, they got you to play those sequential 6 because they got you to believe that you were winning. In the end, you lost it all and you walked away with nothing. I see a lot of couples in Germany and their women are giving me choosing signals. That is the highest level of disrespecting her man. Are they married? Yep. Or couples? They're looking. They're looking. There's, again, 1% to 2% of women in my book, agree with me or not, are, I think Father Saunders gives them a 5%. But 1% to 2% of women are quality women, and 98% are not recommended. If you had a 98% chance that your chute would not open, would you jump out of an airplane? No. Crazy, huh? Well, you guys have been awesome tonight. Remember that as you're moving forward through life, the only house that wins is your internal house. That's it. Anything on the external that you give hope and validation to, if it's not you first, it has to be you. You lose. Okay? Rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, men first. I'm out.